Hey there guys, welcome back to episode 4 of the Second Frontier New Player walkthrough. In episode 3 we left off by upgrading our quarters to tier 2, we're now tier 2, and to get to tier 3 we need some electronic cables, and we already have enough upgrades to actually warrant going up to tier 3. For our next stash upgrade we're going to need some more compound metal sheets and nickel. That should be our main focus for the stashes. For our objectives, we're still on field research part 5. That's going to be the big focus straight up. We need to get this one done. We are falling quite far behind with this with regards to the other ones. So yeah, we've got field research part 5, doing the work part 7, and good honest work part 7. So we need to kill creatures at the power plant still for doing the work, and we need to go to the jungle for good honest work. So yeah, we're really going to be trying to get this one done. Probably to the point where we even ignore going to the jungle. Let's buy a few more. You shouldn't need to buy stims. We're going to be going to vaccine labs and waterfall labs trying to get that bloody biological sampler. Alright, so as we're dropping down, we're still looking to try and complete stimulating developments part 1, and some cables for Valtacet for the masses, but also for our quarters upgrade. So we drop down in the swamp, a little unfortunate. We have waterfall labs as our evac, that is great. If it wasn't for this biological sampler, I'd probably be going to the power plant and then through the jungle. Because of the location we're in, I'm going to go through the power plant anyway. And then... See, vaccine labs to me feels like a bit of a bait. I generally just don't find anything there ever. So I'm not going to go there unless I'm required to go there for a task or I get the key. And I'm going to go first off into the power plant, kill 4 more things for doing the work part 7 to be completed, then we'll move on up to waterfall labs. Alright, there we are, all done for doing the work part 7. If we come up into base camp, I'm honestly getting a little bit desperate for this this biological sampler. So there is a chance of getting one. It's like a little medical loot spawn just under the luggage safe room area. Right here. Some optic glass and a weak stem. No sampler, unfortunately. Nice, got some extra cables there for orders upgrades. We are going to need a fair chunk of azure tree bark in the future, so might as well start stacking a few now. Just trying to stick to that rule that well, not rule, but guideline I sort of mentioned at the beginning of these walkthroughs, is try to have like a stack of each item. It really does help out. Yes! We got the biological sampler. I kind of want to run all the way down and throw it in right now, but what we can do is we can finish looting waterfall labs, see what we've got. If we get the extra medical supply, I might leave and then come back. Yeah, I think that's a good plan. Dude. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna be leaving once we get out of here. I'm fairly very freaking happy with all the loot that we've gotten so far. Just gonna keep trying to find... Did I loot this? It's bugged. I keep trying to find that last medical supply. Outside of that, we'll just leave. There's something I haven't really mentioned too much, is that I'm picking up these twinkle bars. I just call them Twinkies. They are going to be required for a safe pocket upgrade in the future. So it's quite nice to stack them early on. You get them from the coolers that we've been looting fairly consistently over the last couple of episodes, so I would highly recommend trying to hold on to them for as much as you can. They actually also sell very, very well. I think it's about 500 odd, 500 to 600 K marks for one Twinkie, and that's extremely good. So when it comes to looting, when you're looting stuff for money, if you take a look at, say, the Titan ore, that weighs 3, and I think it sells for like 900, so it's like about... Yes, we got one. Sorry. Let's get rid of that. Nice, it's all 4 done. So Titan ore weighs about... its value is about 300 per weight. It's close to like 280, maybe. And if you look at that compared to the Twinkie, the Twinkie is nearly twice as good. So I don't know why people sleep on the Twinkie bars, and they really shouldn't be. Very, very good. Alright, so we got our biological sampler, huge. We got 3 sample containers, a whole bunch of loose loot, including a couple of Twinkie bars and medical supplies. The single Titan ore we needed for the optional quests. That's actually a lot of stuff that we got just then. It might not seem like it, but you could see just there that we actually completed 4 separate tasks with just that one raid. So that's massive. Okay, so Veldicite for the masses one was because we got the extra cables. Cables, clear Veldicite. We'll do that one. That just gets that completely finished and out of the way. Titan under completed. All done, all out of the way. Okay, so now we can focus more on this one. Alright, so this is going to be Stimulating Developments Part 1 completed. It's going to be huge because this puts us even closer. I think it's just one more contract mission, and then we have unlocked green stims. So we need 3 blue runner eggs. Okay, so we've been passively picking up toxic glands in old medicine as we go. So toxic glands we've been getting from the ticks. The old medicine we've been getting from the med cases, little red med cases. So if you haven't been picking those up, all you gotta do is just pick some up for the next ones. But yeah, so it's doing the work part 7 completed. So we only got one more for doing the work for ICA before we move on to the next set of quest lines. Enter the power facility loot room at Dig Site. Stash miniature reactor in the base camp, and dude, stash a tier 4 data drive in the base camp office.
Come back anytime.
Yikes. Okay, right, so our main focus is going to be the biological sampler anyway. Outside of that, do you have a tier 2 data drive already we can bring along? Yep, okay. So I'll go over the plan as we are dropping in. Yes, perfect. Perfect spawn. We're in the swarm. It's huge. Okay, so for this, plan is going to be to get to the north uplink. So we're going to go stash our shit, get to the north uplink. Then what we're going to do is we're going to throw our thingo in there, and then we're going to hit it, and then we're going to run away. Ooh, we've got a duo spawned over there. So I am currently playing on OC servers. It's quite late at night, as is the custom for me when playing video games lately. But yeah, so we're not really expecting too much company. I can VPN to a busier server, and I probably will whenever PvP is required, but there is Field Research Part 5. We are trying to be a friendly prospector, so it doesn't really matter too much who and what is in my raid. Of course, I would like more player interaction, but not really something I can guarantee. I've actually got some old medicine just from that med case there. So that was one of our jobs, old medicine and the plastics, toxic glands, and the blue runner eggs. So unfortunately I haven't picked up any of these blue runner eggs. I kind of completely forgot. about them. When I find it, we'll talk about how to actually track them down and get them. And so you just go Toxic Land. If you hadn't been picking them up, that's all you got to do. I'd recommend meleeing the green one, and then you can let these ones explode or melee them yourself. But there's 2 Toxic Lands. So taking a look into our evacs, we actually have the comms tower right here, and we also have our parking lot evac up in the north. That actually puts us in a really good position to evac from the jungle, either way. Which kind of makes me want to do every single quest I can, because I can. Fortunately, doing this data drive is really going to put... It really does put a wrinkle in your plans, because it's so loud, it takes you out of the way from everything. It's a very frustrating objective to do. It's an activity that I don't enjoy. It's so loud, hurts my ears most of the time, and I just straight up don't enjoy it. So someone's just got an evac. Hopefully it'll be that duo. Alright, so the plan here is to throw in the data drive and go to the dig site. We don't actually need to be here for it to upgrade. It's only going from green to blue. It's not that big of a loss if someone comes along and picks it up, but it does take extra time. Well, obviously I would like it to go from blue to purple, but at the same time I would kind of feel inclined to defend that as well. Green to blue isn't that big of a loss if I was to lose it. I'm going to go over to the dig site and do the puzzle. I do have a guide on how to complete the puzzles for all of them in Bright Sands. If you were struggling with that, I'll throw that up on the screen now. Alright, well, we actually hear someone underneath us right now in the dig site. There's a good chance that they're actually in the puzzle by the sound of where they are. In the loot room that I need to get in. So we're going to go and have a bit of a look-see with our binoculars. See what's going on. Okay. Not friendlies. So they immediately shot at me with sounded like a hammer? Maybe suppressed hammer or something like that. I'm pretty sure I had 2 sets of footsteps, so I'm kinda confident that was the duo that dropped down earlier. Not sure what they're doing down there, but... Alright, so our plan has changed. We know they're down at the dig site, so if they're going to come to us, then they're going to come to us from that direction. So let's go and upgrade our data drive, and we'll keep an eye out in that direction. See if these guys are going to chase me down. Alright, that's our tier 4 data drive complete. We're looking pretty safe on in terms of the guys from the dig site. So we're going to go and throw this in to the dead drop in the base camp. So our job states stash tier 4 data drive in the base camp office. So the base camp office is actually on like the southwestern side of the base camp. As we come in, it's going to be pretty much directly opposite us here. That's it up there. Our dead drop is actually pretty much on like at the bottom of those shells up there upstairs. Maybe where it kind of sounds like there's no mobs around. Hey, smart mesh. So there is actually a possibility that there's not going to be any mobs spawning inside of base camp here. It is kind of slim that happens, but occasionally it will happen. You should just be aware there could be someone up here. Base camp really was like a very, very hot PvP area in Season 1. There was like a... So it's the central point on the map. And just quickly, here's our evac. Here's our evac. Here's our dead drop right here. So we'll chuck that in there before anything else happens. So now, for our mission plan, we're actually going to run up into the jungle, kill some stuff, and then evac at comms tower, staying away from the guys at dig site. people out to the northwest. Seems like they're running around the backside here, over towards water power plant rather. Okay, looks like they've got a I want to say phasic. It's very fuzzy. Phasic and a green medium backpack. Alright, so it's probably not the smartest idea to be following this guy, but he was going the way we wanted to go. Now, we don't have a suppressor, so it would be quite neat to actually knife some stuff. Maybe we can get cheeky and draw these striders in. So I feel like that guy might have went into the comms tower there. So all we needed is... Okay, so if we can knife him here... Yep, counts. Perfect. So the way that works is... We only got one? But the one I killed was this one. The first one that counted was... Dude. Oh, here I was thinking I was being slick. So the way it works though, is that once you see the little pop-up down the bottom of your screen saying that you were in the jungle, that's like the threshold. So any creature you kill inside of that threshold counts for the task. We'll quickly mine this out just in case we need some focus crystals for future quests. So we've obviously been in the jungle before, where we had to go to the jungle camp to pick up a shard slicer, but jungle is the most dangerous area of Bright Sands for PvE. Got a ton of marauders, some upgraded striders and rattlers, so really want to be making sure that you really need to come here, or you know what you're doing when you come here. So some easy kills for us could have been down in this little spot under here, underneath the crashed ship. Sometimes you can get ticks to spawn here, and that would have been very easy kills. You just walked up and knifed them. So with the tick, if you let it explode on you, it's not going to count. Is that? I think it was... Good. Okay. Alright, so to go with the Manticore on my ass now. Let's just... Ow. Not good. We're in a tough spot. We're going to heal with the blue stem. Only have one weak stem, so we're going to use the other blue. We could have used this healing plant. I kind of thought it might have been used up from when we stood next to it earlier. Right, so obviously that didn't go down too well, and this guy wants the PvP. Alright, he's down here somewhere. We can see the Marauder is aggroed on him. He has two Marauders currently chasing him. So it seems like the Marauders have given up chasing him currently. The last lone location of the Marauder was here, and he was facing this direction, so the chance this guy ran towards the dig site. There's also a good chance that this guy is the reason why there's no ticks down in the little watery area. Alright, Marauders 101 again. Get close when they swing. Oh. Okay, so they have two melee attacks. This is one melee attack. You can do is just time a jump when they have their arm pinned back, and then wait until this section here. Then you can hit that weak spot in there when they're trying to do that charged up melee attack, the heavy melee attack. Just heard a female grunt to the southwest. They're only just outside. I'm going to be assuming this is the Manticore guy who wanted to fight. So waiting for them to get close the gap for us. So they ran right through here. Alright, seems like they ran off towards the comms tower, so we should be okay to continue trying to kill stuff in the jungle. We have a storm coming in, and when the storm comes in, I'm going to go over and do the dig site puzzle. Like, I'm going to be doing it in the storm, that's not really going to be an issue for me. I'm just going to show you guys the loot room at the end. So, Marauder, light attack jump, light attack jump, heavy attack shoot, light attack jump, heavy attack shoot. I'm quite lucky with the bone plates as well. Dude, I'm trying to avoid marauders so I don't get like a stupid amount of money from them, but it's like the only thing I'm running into. Alright, Storm's a minute away. We've got one more creature to kill. We should be able to pick up an easy strider kill on the way out towards the dig site. So that's what we're going to do. Go run out, try and melee a single strider, and then go and do the dig site puzzle during the storm. Alright, there we go. Good honest work. Part 7 completed. Well, that actually gives us a charged one, so we'll take the charged spawn base for now, just as a lucky little byproduct. Alright, so those guys did actually do the puzzle. We don't need to do it, which is very, very handy. So we're just going to get inside and then we can... Oh, okay, this is actually not as handy as I wanted. We need a freaking thingo. We need a miniature reactor, and they took them. Oh, that's annoying. So I was planning on doing this for the miniature reactor to then go and stash it. So yeah, not the greatest. So I guess we're just going to take what we can get from these boxes that they've left behind, and we will leave ourselves as well. Right, we got out there. We got a couple of focus crystals, some extra stuff. We got 5 bone plates from going into the jungle. Got some of the nickel that we needed for our quarters upgrades, some copper metal sheets, a couple of charged spinal bases, and whatnot. A lot of stuff there, a lot of random stuff, more so than anything that we need, like right this instant. But we did get a couple of things done. So we did get our tier 4 data drive stashed away inside of the base camp dead drop. Very, very nice. We got good honest work, part 7 done, with our 7-8 kills on the jungle.
Good. Enjoy your reward, Prospector.
And next up, we are gonna have to... Oh, look at that! So the focus crystals we just picked up were very much so worth. We need to collect 3 meteor fragments right now.
I'm back
so focus crystals, you're pretty much only gonna find them in the jungle for bright sands. They are littered sort of all over the place in Crescent Falls, but we haven't gone there yet. So if you want some of the some focus crystals, then you can sort of skirt the edges of the jungle like I was doing in that raid and pick some up. Greetings. Just like that. So field research. This was a big bottleneck for me. That is done now. So next up we need to go to the vaccine labs and kill 10 creatures there. We've got a pale ivy blossom. We found them pretty consistently just all over.
That should be worth your while.
Ooh, okay, so this is another optional quest that's actually quite worth it, because we are going to need some pure Velticite down the line, and as I said before, RNG can really fucking suck sometimes. So yeah. Vaccine labs, 100 creatures. So we did get inside of the loot room of the dig site in that raid as well. Unfortunately, we didn't get that job done because the puzzle had already been done, but we have actually been stacking all of the ones that I've needed. So we have a miniature reactor here that we can throw into the base camp dead drop already. Now, I would like to use a different gun at this stage. The Maelstrom has been going all right for me, but it's not my gun, you know? It's not my gun, so... Actually, you know what? We'll keep running it, but let's just sell some stuff real quick. Don't need any of that just yet. So we're going to maintain our 1 stack only limit. Okay. I say that and then I see this. I'm going to use these very, very soon, so let's not do that. Let's get rid of that though. And so what I want to do with the Maelstrom right now is actually put a red dot on it. I was messing around with it on Tharis Island.
Complete. Anything else?
Quite some time ago now, and I remember having like a red dot on it was kind of fun. So we'll try that out. Alright, so we had to focus on compound metal sheets and nickel for our quarters, and that gets us our next stash upgrade. It's very nice, so that's going to be ticking over in 11 minutes. Next up we need metallic alloys in sample containers. A couple of things that we've been picking up passively to try and get that stack of 10. So that's very nice. We don't even need to worry about that. Our safe pockets moving along quite nicely. We've got all of the Twinkies we need. Passively picked up 2 aluminium scrap. When it comes time to this, I'll go into detail about how to get that. We need... So for our quarters now, our focus should be on electronic cables. Outside of that, there probably so there'll be some other things we can upgrade in the meantime, but we should be focusing on the cables. So let's jump back down and get back into it. Alright, so first things first, we have brought in a miniature reactor to stash. We are right next to vaccine labs though, which is a bit... Wait, no we're not. I saw this and I thought we were over here. We're right next to base camp, which is quite lovely. First things first, we're going to go up to the base camp. Going to stash this reactor so it's out of our hair, and we're going to be moving over to the vaccine labs and trying to kill as many creatures as we can while we're there. And then we might go on a bit of a hunt for some blue runner eggs. Outside of that, our evacs, got the same evacs, relatively similar evacs again, out the other side of the jungle. If we didn't need the focus crystals, that would be quite nice to link that up. Look at that, aluminium scrap. So for aluminium scrap, I did mention it briefly just before, but here at the base camp and comms tower are pretty much going to be your only 2 options to find it on Bright Sands. Chuck that in. Okay, that's doing the work. Part 8 completed fully. So we can jump out the window there to escape the marauder quite easily, and then we will run out towards the eastern side of the map. Alright, so now that is done, we're going to go to the vaccine labs, and on our way there we're actually going to go via the east collection point, and that is because there should be 2 possible blue runner egg spawns in that area. So blue runner eggs are a bit of a weird item. They have static spawn locations on the map, and if you know them, then they're quite easy to farm. I don't really know all of them. I know a couple of them, but I can make it work. So this is perfect. I was about to move on to these. The way you know that when one of these static spawn locations is active, so there's going to be these footprints. So these will lead you to the egg. So you can see them, they're leading us into this blue ball here. And there it is there. Just like that. Occasionally they are going to be like glowing with a bit of a particle effect up in the air. I was about to say that this one had been looted because there was no particle effect, but it hadn't been looted. We picked it up. So I'm not too sure what the particle effect actually means. Another static spawn that we were going to check was like right here somewhere. It's like, I'm pretty sure it's right here. But yeah, that's 1 of 3, and we do have the size 7 safe pocket, so we can put that in our safe pocket there. Alright, we are at the vaccine labs. Don't really have anything to loot here, aside from maybe the odd optic glass or zero system CPU. Do have 10 things to kill here, and usually there's not going to be 10 things for you to kill here. It's one of those jobs that you will come, you kill some, and then you'll leave and come back. Okay, so I was about to say let's go hunting for small blue runner eggs, but we actually do have the job Good Honest Work Part 8. Deliver some meteor fragments alongside some focus crystals. So let's go head over to that meteor and go mine all of that out. So the way meteors work is they're going to spawn with something between 6 and 10 smaller meteorites, and then a large meteor core at the center. You'll see that when we get over there. Right, so we can see a meteor up here, and you can see the big cloud of smoke up the top there. Oh, it looks like we got a couple of little defenders around the meteor core. Alright, so this is what I was talking about. We've got a cluster of the smaller meteorites. So we've got 4 here, 2 there, and 1 over there by the look of it. So 7 total. Oh, 8. There's 1 there. And then the meteor core in the center. So an easy way to actually get these out in 1 to 2 swings is if you see this crystal on the side of the meteorite, you can actually see the meteorite fragment clipping in the side of it. So what we want to do is we want to find that corner piece, hit just like that. It saves you having to like hit the whole thing. It speeds up the process of mining these so much, so much. Alright, that's all 8 mined out. So for the core, we're going to have a meteor core in the middle of it. It's going to weigh 25. That's worth like 7,500 K marks, but it's used for a couple of quests and contracts. So once we mine it out like about this much, and we can grab it from the inside. The rock itself is not going to despawn because there should be 3 to 4 random bits of ore inside of the meteor as well. So we've got 3 normal nickel. There should be 3 like on top, and then 1 down the bottom, like that. Then once you collect all of them from it, then it will despawn. It's usually not worth like mining out the rest of it. If you want the meteor core, get the meteor core, but by all means. But it's not usually worth your time actually mining out the rest of the ores inside of the meteor itself. I wouldn't recommend it. I only did it just to show you guys what's going on inside there. So at this point, the mobs at the vaccine lab should have respawned. So we're going to head over there and kill them, and that should be a couple of jobs done. We could probably evac from there. Well, seems like we're getting unlucky today again. Shit, 9 out of 10. Alright, well, we're not going to hang around. There was a guy that just spawned on the southern side of the science campus over there. We are going to head to our evac. We are going to be hunting a couple of blue runner eggs along the way. The only ones I really know of spawn up in the waterfall lab area. It's kind of crazy. I normally, like at this point, I'd normally be playing more Crescent Falls than Bright Sands. Just because items are generally easier to obtain. But as a new player walkthrough, you wouldn't really want to be going to any map you don't really know yet. So I'm trying to stick to Bright Sands, and I'm trying to learn a bit more myself. Alright, so I actually came all the way back to Vaccine Labs again for a couple of reasons. Mostly because I don't want this... Like, I'm here, it just needs one more and I'm kind of annoyed with it. But also the storm is getting kind of close, so there is something kind of cool about the blue runner eggs during the storm, and why you should be hunting them during a storm more so than when it's sunny. And we don't even need to be in the storm because we've got blue runner tracks here. Are blue runner tracks back here? No. See, I'm kind of thinking that this particle effect is when they're in water. That would kind of make sense to me. Alright, well that's our 3 blue runner eggs, so I don't even need to spend time in the storm because our evac's right there. Alright, we made it out again. We did spend the extra time in this raid to go back and pick up some blue run eggs. We got some meteor cores. We've got a meteor core and some meteor fragments. I got our kills in the vaccine labs. Got a whole heap of shit done. Yeah, we really did spend the extra time. I think we looped around the map twice to get everything done. Let's go and claim Doing the Work Part 8. I think that will be the end of the Doing the Work
Anything we can help you with?
series. Yes, it is. That is completed. We'll get a blue helmet for that.
Prospector.
Got a level 7 with the ICA. Ooh, that gets us the guarantee. That's a very nice gun. So next up we have Project Fireball. And we can do that immediately as well. So we would be looking at this. Ooh, final rewards, Tharis Island. So at the end of this we actually unlock Tharis Island. Which is kind of crazy because I'm pretty sure you can do the entirety of Project Fireball on Bright Sands. Anyway, we did get 8 meteor fragments, and we do have 6 magnetic field stabilizers from collecting them passively, so we can claim that without any dramas. That's done. Project Fireball Part 2. Okay, well, never mind. You do need to go to Crescent Falls. So we do need to go to Crescent Falls next for ICA. Hopefully, Field Research Part 7 is going to be on Crescent as well. I know at some point for this quest line you actually need to go to Crescent Falls.
Good. I'll mark that as completed then.
We're going to Manticore from that. Level 7 as well. Does that give us anything? No. Eliminate a player using an SMG. So that's a passive one that we can do anywhere. Currently the SMGs we have access to... Oh, we have Stimulating Developments Part 2. The SMGs we have access to are the Scrapper and the PDW. Two not so very good SMGs.
Well, good work.
But what is good is this. We have unlocked green Stims. Oh, so good. So good, man, so good. So for green stims, you can come over here and go to consumables here. You can buy your green stims here. And it says 3,000. It is a little different to weak stims. So weak stims are 90, and if you notice here, when you buy a weak stim, you're buying it in ones. But if you buy strong stims, you're buying it in sets of 5. So a strong stim is actually 600 each in comparison to 90 each for a weak stim. But if you haven't noticed, money is not really an issue for me right now. Nearly at 350,000. Probably another 50,000 in insurance to claim from my deaths that I just haven't claimed any of. But it's gonna be good honest work part 8
It is my favorite
completed.
prospector again.
That's done, and we need to hunt a marauder. So we've actually killed 3 marauders so far. We've got 5 total bone plates, so this is going to be a super simple one as well.
Everything was okay.
I think... So we've got a marauder, that's a passive one. We've got an SMG kill there, and we've got Crescent Falls for ICA. I think it's time to go to Crescent Falls. So we're going to chuck all of this back away. Gonna have to whip out a scrapper or a PDW, but firstly let's go and check out quarters. So we still need 4 more cables for this one. We have everything we need for our next stash upgrade, and this is going to take 40 minutes. So this is why it's important to come back regularly and check what upgrades you can do, because they do take a lot of time sometimes. Alright, let's get kitted out. What SMGs do we have? None outside of the flechette, but we don't have it unlocked yet. Alright, we're going to be dropping down to Crescent Falls for the first time. Actually, real quick, we need to go repair this armor. I did notice it last raid. We're at 208 out of 600, so... When you want to repair armor, what you need to do is you need to come over to the gear printer up here. So this is the crafting section of the game, and then up in the top select the repair option. I obviously have a lot of stuff that I can repair, but I want to repair my equipped shield, so it's noted as equipped, so we can repair that fairly easily, just like that. Alright, got our meds, got our ammo. Got our single gas grenade still. Let's deploy. Waiting for server start. It's starting a new server for me. Oh, I feel so special. Alright, here we are, dropping down on Crescent Falls for the very first time. First off, we have Uncharted Territory Part 1. This is a optional one. We visit the hayfields and kill creatures there. A whole new ecosystem. Visit Starport Landing and the pumpkin fields. So we have landed at the fallen tree. So pumpkin fields and hayfields are right there. We can turn around and go do that. We also have a job to kill a marauder. There should be a marauder right in front of us on this bridge here. So this is going to be a little bit painful with the scrapper. We'll see how we go. We got the stun there. I don't know if that's going to be good or bad for us. Bad. Right, there we go. Whew. Never killed a marauder with with the scrapper before, but it's done now. Alright, so real quick, let's hide in a bush and talk about the map. So Crescent Falls is bigger than Bright Sands. There is a lot more locations to go to, and majority of the time the mobs are going to be the upgraded or alpha variant of themselves. They are going to be tougher, they're going to require more bullets to kill. You need to keep that in mind when you come here, because running out of ammo is it's gonna get you killed. They're gonna hit harder, and they're gonna, in general, just be better at killing you. So take more meds, take more ammo, be aware of your surroundings, make sure you know where you're going, make sure you have escape routes. So we spawned down here, we came up, we killed a marauder right next to the fallen tree. We're going to the hayfields now. Hayfields is a job we have here. It's an optional one, kill 5 creatures. Let's go and do that. For our actual quest line, we still have to kill the player with an SMG, and then Project Fireball Part 2, need to get a single Codec multi-tool, visit the Osiris Wildlife Preserve and the Skeleton Observation. This is here and here. Luckily, that is our evac. So we're going to do a couple things in this raid. So pretty much going to do a big loop of the map around the top side and then down sorta through the middle to our evac, because that works out for actually getting a lot of things done. That's 4 out of 5 done. Okay, I don't know what is going on today with the mob spawning, but I should have mobs up there and I should have mobs down here to kill. I've only got the ones here. I feel like I'm constantly just getting fucked over with the mob spawns. Come on. Yes. No, 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 no. Come on, come on. There, we got it. Perfect. The other ones should run away, because we were right on the aggro limit there. Alright, we pulled a mob into our area, we got it done. But yeah, like I was saying, I do a big loop at the front of the top side. So we're going to visit the pumpkin fields next. So spawn here, hayfields, pumpkin fields. We're going to go down to the starport landing pad as our next location to visit for a whole new ecosystem part 1. Hey, there we go, that's the pumpkin fields done. Onto the starport landing pad. Pretty much come here without any contest, just contest from either the like a wildlife or players. So pretty much just followed the road around. It's going like that. Then we're going to go down into the landing pad. So this is the starport landing pad. It's actually a great place to find some construction materials. Generally there's not going to be too many mobs around. This is a fresh server and we haven't seen or heard anyone drop down either, so it's actually kind of a bad thing for us. Mostly because we need that one kill with the SMG. We're most likely not going to get it. But yeah, that's starport landing pad done. And next we're going to be going down to the Osiris Wildlife Reserve. So, I understand that I've sort of just jumped straight into Crescent Falls. It's been a bit of a mistake on my part for this guide series, and I will rectify that in the next episode. At the end of this raid is going to be the end of this episode, and I'll rectify it by pretty much just doing a bit of a beginner's guide, like a little rundown of the map itself. Some explanations, some routes, some evac points, things like that to get yourself sort of relatively acquainted with the map before we actually jump straight into raids like this. I am sorry about that. If you are new and using this as a reference point, I would ask for your patience at this point when I get things sorted for next episode. When we come back to Crescent Falls, I'll definitely do something like that. But for right now, I'm just going to be going to Osiris Wildlife Preserve and then to the evac point. Well, I did not know we could get that done there. Actually need a Codec multi-tool as well. So I have been finding them quite frequently in bright sands. I just haven't been picking them up. I know where I can grab one very, very quickly in Crescent Falls, so I'm just going to go and do that real quick. And then I'll go down to the evac. But honestly, at this point, you shouldn't even be going to do what I'm about to go do. So I won't even put it in the video. Just imagine picking like a third one up from Bright Sands. Alright then guys, we're at evac now. Let's call it in. And we do actually need to go up to the observation site to tick that off for that job. So just run up here and there we go. Project Fireball Part 2 completed. I did grab a lot of extra stuff. A little bit in two minds about keeping this stuff or throwing it away or selling it, but I'll keep it. I'll just stick to my one stack rule, where if it's over one stack, I'll sell it. And when it comes time to actually farm those items, we'll go through the locations you want to go, and how you want to go about actually picking them up and looting them and things like that. Right, we made it down again. Surprisingly, we haven't really come across anyone lately. We got a bunch of stuff, did just talk about it. We got a bunch of quests done as well. Been there for 15 minutes, no proximity to a single person. Alright, let's start off with Good Honest Work Part 1. I hand that in and it is going to be completed. And whole quest line is done.
Excellent.
Very nice. So next up we have a powerful discovery. And for that, we're going to have to go to geothermal plant, skeleton observation area. It's basically just where we were. It would have been very nice if we had gotten that done and then actually done that. That's quite funny. We got uncharted territory complete as well. We went to the hayfields and killed 5 creatures to claim that one.
I knew you'd get that done. Of course.
All done. Next up for that, we have to visit Green's Prospect and hand in 3 aluminium scrap. Okay, so we can actually cover at the aluminium scrap next. Why did we not start a quest line? What do you
Prospector,
want?
hello. How can I help?
I started that. Focus on crystals.
Oh,
Deliver 3 pure focus
I was hoping
crystals.
someone would
Alright, so
get that done.
pure focus crystals you can pick up just from focus crystal nodes. They spawn just rarer than your standard focus crystal, which spawns all the damn time. It's quite similar to mining like a cloudy or clear veltacite.
Ah, you're back.
Okay, whole new ecosystem part 1
Well, good
completed.
work, Prospector.
Next up with that, we have to visit the Fallen Tree. Still trying to chase down
Don't
one
let me
player
keep you.
with an SMG. I might actually have to do that on Bright Sands. I'm not sure. We just... Yeah, we didn't run to a
Welcome
single
back.
person, but Project Fireball Part 2 completed.
The ICA thanks you, Prospector.
Level 8 with the ICA done as well. Next up, we need to enter the Bright Sands power plant office and deliver notes on the experiment. Great, that's actually perfect because I want to go to Bright
All
Sands
good
for
then?
this bloody SMG kill. Not running to anyone. It's like a Thursday, so it's not really that unexpected to not be running into anyone. But yeah, guys, that's going to be the end of episode 4. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys are learning some new things. I hope this is helping you out, because that's the whole point of it. It's to help you guys out. It's also rekindling my passion for the game. Like I said, I've had quite a bit of time off, and I'm enjoying coming back, and I'm enjoying doing this series. I'm enjoying playing solo. it's just a bit sad that there's not that many people on. Like we've got 3 people in the station right now. Yeah, just trying to get those PvP quests done is going to be quite difficult. Outside of that, I'm really enjoying my time with this series. So thanks guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.